Hello and welcome. I'm going to teach you guys about tools. I don't know if people, I just want to make sure everybody has a baseline of tool knowledge. I know because I came with this idea, somebody mentioned something about a tool and I was like, how do you even use that tool? And so I decided I should make this video about like, what are my tools and how do you use them and specifically what do they do? So, oops, I got these backwards. Here are ratchets and sockets. They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, as you can see. All sorts of shapes and sizes. 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, and 1/2 inch. And they get that number from how big the head is. So this is a 1/4 inch, that is 3/8 of an inch, and this is a 1/2 inch. These are all 10mm sockets. I haven't lost them yet. But this is a 1/4 inch 10, this is a 3/8 10, this is a 1/2 inch 10. So you can tell roughly how big they are. And also after this, there's 3/4 of an inch, then there's a full inch, but that's for like diesels, big rigs, things like that, heavy machinery. There's probably 1.5 inches or I don't even know. See, like, I don't even know all that stuff. So that's how you would select your sockets. And your sockets that you have are for specific, not specific tasks, but specific strength tasks. You're not gonna use this socket to try and break loose a brake caliper or a bracket or a suspension piece. You're probably gonna use something like this if you're having to break loose a caliper bracket, something that's got a big nut. You can also judge if you just wanna go with the average size. These go from like 5 to 14. This goes from 6 to 19. This goes from 10 to 36. So you want to pick something that's appropriate for the size. And if you're having to do, they make adapters. So you got like adapters like this where it goes from a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 or from a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch, vice versa. So I could take a 3/8 socket, put it on here, and then I could take it off here and put it on here and use it. So you could maybe use something like this as a 3/8 ratchet and be like, well, I don't really need a 1/2 inch per se if I'm just getting off some slightly bigger things because I can just adapt it to a 1/2 inch. And there you go. So yes, you're using a ratchet and you want to get something loose. This is pretty universal. 3/8 is pretty good for small things and larger things, not too large. The point being though, if you have to do this, which is this is a 1/4 inch electric ratchet. I'll often adapt it to 3/8 because I just need to run a bolt in and out. Sometimes I'll adapt it all the way to a 1/2 inch because I just need to run a bolt in and out. The difference is I'm not using this to break it loose. That's what this is for. This is to break it loose or tighten it up. If you're using something like an electric ratchet, you don't want to overstress, or even a long-handled small ratchet. If you put too much stress on this, you're just gonna break it internally. I've broken a few. Haven't broken any lately. I even have a video of me breaking a socket. It's really old. So you wanna pick the size that you're going to need for the job. What's gonna fit width-wise, what's going to have enough strength to turn it, etc. And what's gonna give you enough leverage. That's why I have a varying selection of 3/8 ratchets. Here are my main 3/8 ratchets. So, everyday little things, oil changes, stuff like that. Sometimes I gotta get this out for an oil change. Sometimes I gotta get this out because somebody else decided they were gonna tighten it up to oblivion. One time, actually, once I had to get this out with the socket on it to get an oil filter that was a plastic housing oil filter off of a car. I couldn't get it off with the breaker bar. It wouldn't turn. No, it wasn't plastic. It was a Toyota and it was aluminum. They had tightened it up so much, even with a 36-inch breaker bar, I couldn't get it to break loose. I had to get the impact on it. It was crazy. So, thank you for watching about our intro into ratchets and sockets. These are 1/4 inch sockets, so you can just stick these right on any ratchet that fits it. You can even adapt it down. That's why they have an adapter that looks like this. I wanted to go with a 3/8 hammer on this electric drill because that way I can use it for bigger things. But then I mostly use it to run bits in and out. It's because it's fast, you know. It spins quickly. So that was our introduction into ratchets. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below and I'll answer them as best I can, or if I have enough of the same question, I'll just make another video. But we're gonna go over literally everything in my toolbox, to what it is, what it does, and what it can do. So stay tuned for future episodes, and I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you like it. Have a fantastic rest of your day.